good morning, and good afternoon, winos. Drop those wine glasses because it's another episode of Wine is the New Tea. Y'all know me, Couture Babe, but do y'all know the official King Pain? Introduce yourself, love.
Okay, on period, it is the official King Pain, all the way from the home of the lituation. What's going on, everybody? Good morning.
Good morning, and do y'all know the beautiful and talented Nyla from Grown Woman Vibes? Introduce yourself, Nyla.
Well, hello, winos. Wine glasses up, please. It's your girl Nyla from the Grown Woman Vibes channel, where the culture is Gen X, baby, because we don't take no mess.
Ooh, I love that. Take it off, man. Why knows we have a packed show for y'all. Y'all know every Tuesday and Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you will see a host of panelists dropping the latest wine, that is tea. But today we have amazing topics for y'all. We have 50 Cent out here building. Come on, Black King. We got Beyonce sharing her hair care. And of course, DC Young Fly getting booed. But we're going to start off with 50 Cent and so much more. But I want to talk about this. I'm so proud. 50 Cent opens a new studio. Someone call him the male Tyler Perry child. But 50 Cent's vision to put Shreveport on trajectory to be one of the fastest growing cities. For those that do not know, Shreveport is in Louisiana. Y'all know I call the boot the home. So shout out to us. How do y'all feel about it starting with you, Nyla? Come on, Jeanette.
I am so excited for this. I think it's a great move. So I got family in Shreveport. And I sometimes are like, Shreveport, it's like there's not a lot of industry there. There's not a lot of opportunity. So I think that this is a step in the right direction for this town. And you know how everybody's always talking about once you make it, what you owe the community and stuff. If you owe your community anything as an entrepreneur, it's that putting some hope and some jobs into a repressed area. Shreveport has like high rate, drugs and poverty and all this kind of stuff. So I think that this would revamp it. Plus, there's a lot of talented people there. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's good. That's what you should do. Shoot, I need to go find me some investments in Shreveport,
Ooh, yeah. Shout out to the investments. We might be family, Nyla. You got family in
I know
Shreveport.
that's right.
Official
Girl, la
King.
la.
I got family all throughout the
For
booth.
real.
But official King Pain. How do you feel about 50 Cent opening up the studios in Shreveport, Louisiana?
I think it's absolutely amazing. The city of Shreveport gave him the land, and pretty much all he has to do is use his own money to revitalize the town. And I seen the projections for the project, and I think it's amazing. I can't wait till it's finished, and see what work is going to come, like the movies and the shows that are going to come out of it. Right now I'm watching BMF, and I'm a really huge fan of 50's work, so I'm excited for him.
Listen, when I think about Black excellence, I think of this. Shreveport is predominantly Black, for those that do not know. So the fact that he's even thinking ahead and wanting to put Shreveport on the map, and look at all that land, I'm here for it. I hope
Yes.
that, the people get employed, jobs open up, we start to see Shreveport built up some, because all they have out there is the casinos, the boats on the water. That's all
Yep.
that's out there in Shreveport. So this will kind of change a little bit, add some more class, city it up a bit. Because for those that do not know, Shreveport is
Mhm.
low key the country. Okay, so I'm here for
Low
it.
key.
Hopefully, you think give me a job.
Now, do
I need
any of you
jobs in
guys
DC.
know if there's going to be like residential units? It looks like there may be some residences. I'm not sure. It's a lot of
I thought
land.
those were I thought those were like trailer,
Really?
the little places that they have them. You know what I'm saying? Like if you've ever been on a set before, they've got little separate studios for like different projects and different people and stuff like that. That's what I thought it was, but who knows? I'm just excited to see somebody else getting their Shaq on. You know how Shaq is a total entrepreneur. His, hands
Yes.
are in everything. Who else is like that?
Magic
Uh
Johnson.
Magic Johnson, absolutely. We cannot leave him out. I think this is a good step. This is, and like you said, building. This is what building is without all that Umar Johnson, you got to share all your money. with the community. You know what I'm saying? This is how you share. No, for real. You know how they be like, one of us make it, we all make it. No, baby, I made it, and here's a little help. Here's a job.
You know what? I agree with that, because when I think about 50 Cent, he has all these great shows. So I wonder if he's going to bring power to Shreveport. I wonder if this is going to open it up for BMF to continue to expand, take it from stars and bring it on his G Unit Records type production deal. So I think this is really dope. Speaking of entrepreneurship in the spirit of getting in their bag, Beyonce had to let the girls know, I am not bald, ho. Okay, you see these wigs? You see this weave and hair still down my back. She showed us that she too uses the sacred products. I feel like Miss Mama Tina Knowles is the one who invented it, because y'all know she has been a beautician for like as long as I've been alive. So I'm here for it. What are your thoughts, Nyla? Because weren't you in the hair care business?
I did. I was salon owner I had 3 salons for many years. And so, okay, I'm here for it, right? And I think that this is something that more of us should get into. We should be putting our own products out here, because the stuff is expensive, and we use a lot of products in our hair for our various different, textures and all this kind of stuff. But here's the thing, honey. Baby, did you see them comments? They are
mad.
Baby, why we mad? Why we mad? And my thing is, okay, so some people are saying, oh, are we really supposed to believe that's all Beyonce's hair and all this kind of stuff? So, oh, baby, they was getting it cracking over there. Here's the thing. Here's my thing, okay? It is advertisement. It is marketing, right? Beyonce has been shown with lots of hair from a little child. And as someone who has worn wigs and weaves forever, baby, I could stretch hair down. I've like... It's possible, okay, because I've done that. Okay, so I have had extremely long hair from use of weaves. But here's my thing, PCJ, that was fake hair, and them babies' hair on them boxes, just in case dark and lovely, baby. It was dark, it was lovely, but it was a wig. Okay, all of the advertisements that everybody does, including non-black people of no color, their relaxer products or their perm products or whatever, it's not all real. It's advertisement. So even if she is doing it, get over it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like people are just like sit down somewhere. And there's some boogaboos, and I know y'all some boogaboos in the comments talking mess, because that's the only people to be mad. Little boogaboos, just get you some.
They are King Payne, the official King Payne. You're in the hair care business as well. What are your thoughts?
Yes, and I have my own hair care product, Style King. That's why I got my hair down today. Okay, if you want some real growth, you know where to invest. Beyonce, she giving Photoshop and AI. That's not her real hair or her real face. Let's talk about it. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. But I think that is great. You know what I'm saying? That she, is getting to the bag. I just hope that this company doesn't get robbed for all of its products. Like, what was it?
Which one?
House of Darion?
No, not House of Darion. The latest one. Ivy Park. We know she got that insurance money. We know she got that insurance money. She ain't fooling nobody. Nobody was buying that stuff. Nobody was buying that stuff. And she had her people rob the warehouse. That's what that were.
Oh my goodness. We don't know if it's true or not. We don't know if it's true or
Allegedly.
not. And if she is running an insurance scam, so be it, because they do it all the time. Listen, I'm here for the hair care products. I want more of us to be in it, because globally, we are the ones who use the product. I remember at one point in time, we were 90% of the owners. Now the owners are Asians. And do they cater to our hair types? Do we even have the same follicle pattern? So if it's someone black up in there, I am fully ready to support. I change my hair up like the wind. And I will say this, as somebody who do wear weaves, wigs, extensions, all of that, my hair is long as well. I think people we have to prove so much. Show us that you're really your hair. She could literally show us each strand of follicle,
and it won't matter.
Still be mad.
Like that, friend. They got wigs like that.
I think it's just Beyonce. I don't even think, it has anything to do with anybody else, because all the other Black women who have hair care products, the Tracy Ellis's, the Tarajis, hell, even Miss Hey My Sweet Babies, Golden Sunshine, who sell the seasoning salts, has hair care products too. We don't know if that's her real hair, but we buy it because they say it's from Mother Earth. So I'd rather buy it from us than to buy it from them. I mean, they're buying up all our natural hair care product girlies anyways. I think there's only a handful left.
But I do have a question though. I do have a question. What is it with Beyonce's complexion? So people are saying, and I think King just made a little reference, baby, go and fan yourself, baby, because I'm about to put you in the hot seat. When was she not light skinned? Oh, I'm saying this because, like, you, depending on where you are, you could be 100 different colors. And as someone that has been in the tanning booth, like I had a tanning in my salon, and I will go and get tans. Like she's always been light. So like, and I think if you've seen her in person, she's always been light when you saw her in person. Now, sometimes you tan, sometimes you use a little bronzer, or sometimes the makeup is a little bit darker, lighting. I'm trying to figure out when she wasn't light. Now, she do look like an ice princess in the country get up. Okay, I ain't gonna lie, it's looking a little Barbara Streisand. But I'm trying to figure out, like, when did she not be like? What is the controversy behind her being light?
She was always light skinned, friend, but she was never that damn light.
She light skinned Michael Jackson.
Yes, it did. She ain't gone that far yet. She almost there. 2 or 3 more bleachings.
Her mama real bright though. Like, what
2 or 3 more bleachings. Her mama not that bright. None of her family is that bright. She the only one.
Bleachings.
Solange is bright like that.
No, she the only one.
Yes, she is. Solange is. Yes, she is. Solange
is bright like Beyonce.
See, the difference between Solange and Beyonce is that Beyonce keep getting brighter. Solange has been the same color for as long as we've known her. Okay, nobody ever says, "Oh, Solange, you're doing something different."
Everybody just tired of Beyonce. I think people just tired of her.
Spring ain't fighting back. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. Spring is not fighting back. We waiting for spring to show up. Spring said, "I'm sitting the 2024 out. Just it's gonna go from winter to summer." Because I don't have time. Spring is on vacation. So, y'all know the light-skinned girls and boys be looking like sugar cookies when it's too cold outside. Why are we doing them like that?
It's the truth. It's the truth.
But speaking of the truth,
I think people just tired of her though. I think it's bad because it's like whoever. Yeah, and it's like whenever we have, this is how you build a legend, right? We don't know how to build a legend that can be celebrated, right? So people are not going to drag what was people? They ain't going to drag Taylor Swift. No matter how bad their body is, they ain't going. You know what I'm saying? Like because she built like a wafer. But I'm just saying, like, we have to stop tearing our people down, especially if they're moving into legendary status. Unless we find her on the Diddy list or something, or the Epstein list, we gotta let her glow. Otherwise, we literally ruin what people call Black history, right?
You're right.
See what the problem is? Beyonce wants all the credit for what Sasha Fierce did when. See, people are not tired of Beyonce. We're not tired we want Sasha Fierce back. Okay, we don't know this girl. For years, Beyonce never said a word. Okay, this hair commercial is the most I've ever heard Beyonce talk.
That's not true. See, I've been a fan since they was with the group. Okay, when she was out here going down to the Fiesta to get put on, she talked, but y'all said she was dumb and slow. See, that's the thing we do with our entertainers, our icons, our living legends. It's like if they transcend out of music and make a way for the new girls to come up, it's a problem. If they go into these other fields to make money, it's a problem. I just think they just tired of seeing Beyonce win, and that's why she gonna keep winning, because let the haters hate and let the supporters support. I, as a Black woman, I look at her and I say I could do anything. It's like with Tasha K. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. That's why I say, Winos, drop them wine glasses to show you support our good sister because Tasha K is branching out. She's branching out. She's evolving. That's what comes with the evolution. And we love it here. But speaking of evolution, can we talk about DC Young Fly being booed, baby? They booed him.
My.
And it's crazy. 2 years ago, he got beat up at Tommy T's Comedy Club where Tasha K had a sold out show. Listen, do we have the clip of that, Jasmine?
Please.
Now, this is what I had to go through in order to find a closer relationship with God. I think I turned out pretty good.
Child, let me start with you, Official King Payne. What are your thoughts?
It's giving successful crackhead. Like, what?
Thank you.
What? And he's sitting up there looking all sucked up. His knees all knocked together. When he looking like that crackhead from New Jack City. Yes, it did. Like he ready to get beamed on up to Scotty. Like he looked like he was high on stage when they started booing. He didn't know what to do. Yeah, yeah. He lost all his jokes. He lost all his funny. I don't think he's funny no more. I think Jackie O took it with her to God. Yes, it did. Yeah.
Oh, Nyla, what are your thoughts?
Listen, DC Young Fly, not funny. I think that everyone isn't naturally funny. He's silly, right? He's like class clown silly. And here's the thing with me with comedians. Most comedians, if you think about it, the successful ones, they've got some sort of trauma, right? They've got a story. They're intellectual. They're even sensitive, like artists are, because being a comedian is an art. He doesn't have anything. He went from being, I'm sure, a class clown or something like that to doing like comedic stuff. And he's just not funny. He don't have the intellect. He just don't. There's nothing there. He's not funny. And just like King Payne said, it's giving crackhead, just put it on a slapstick show for us for free. That's what it looks like. It really do. You don't want to don't he look like he need to go to rehab? Okay.
Oh my God.
And we ain't forgot what happened. I'm just saying.
There are what do they say? The 7 stages of mourning. So he could be still mourning. He could be on that stuff. You never know. He might have a codependency with a little some, a little some. Who knows? We truly won't know. But the fact that people clapped, over the boo, so he wouldn't have a mental breakdown, I commend them. Sometimes you have to get booed. You have to see where the people see you at. So, I mean, maybe he's not having the best of luck since his longtime girlfriend passed away. I mean, it's truly unfortunate. It's truly sad.
After that mess he did at her funeral.
I mean, what do we expect from somebody? And this is why I tell people, you got to know who you're dealing with. She knew that man didn't want her. He was actively cheating on her while she was here on the earth. So what do we expect? Just because you have a baby with somebody doesn't mean you want to be with them. It just means you want to have a baby with them. Everybody is in there.
Maybe should just go be a funny Uber driver.
I mean, that too. He might have lost his funny, but I feel like booing, Cat Williams said it best. Sometimes y'all need to get booed. Get booed a little bit, so maybe you can go back and get to the funny. It reminds me of when we spoke about Kevin Hart's ex-wife, Tori Hart. So many people were upset. I said it sounded like she was about to get booed. That's what it sounded like to me. They were like, "You just don't know." No, I don't know. I was not there, but baby, look, it's okay. Not everybody's gonna find something funny. When I think of funny, listen. Eddie Murphy is still number one to me. So. And we know he likes to dibble and dabble.
And he perfected silly and funny. That's the thing. And I think that's what DC Young Fly, or whatever his fly face ass is. He hasn't perfected the whole silly and funny thing. It's like, because Eddie Murphy could do silly, but still be funny. DC Young Fly is just silly. It's giving annoying child sometimes. You know what I mean? It's like it's just.
They tried to make me go to rehab, but I said no. You see, the difference between Eddie Murphy and DC Young Fly, Eddie Murphy never looked sick. in his whole entire career. You can't pull up a picture of Eddie Murphy looking sick or looking like a crackhead or none of that. I don't even think he ever played any crackhead roles.
That's mean.
No.
Yeah, wait, he did play a crack-ish role on Saturday Night Live. Crack-ish.
Crack-ish, but not a crackhead.
Right now, full
See,
blown crack. Like, I don't know, Primo, is that what that's the other thing that they do
yup.
with crack? Maybe it was just, I'm just saying. Maybe.
I think there's not enough mentors, because when Eddie Murphy came up, there was Red Fox, there was Bill Cosby, there were Richard Pryor. There were the OGs. Who are these young bulls going to? Who are they getting mentored by? Everybody had to go see Bill Cosby in order to say they was even remotely funny. I mean, Martin Lawrence even had to go see Bill Cosby. So who are these DC young flies going to go see? Because when you think of it, he's of a different class, the social media class. Funny on Instagram doesn't translate to being funny on the stage.
Yes. They're checking in with Instagram. They're checking in with Twitter. They're checking in with Elon Musk. They're getting their funny cards from, Facebook and stuff, your TikTok.
And then Wild 'N Out was a different type of show, I think. Coming from that Wild 'N Out stage, I think that's different than actually trying to hold down a whole stage. You know what I'm saying? It takes a little mental prowess, and he don't have any.
And we all know Nick Cannon ain't never been funny. Nick Cannon ain't never been funny. You wasn't gonna get no funny from that. You wasn't gonna get no more funny from that. That wasn't like a hands-on experience. That wasn't like, I'm getting I'm learning to be a better comedian from this experience. It was just like I'm here for a check. Period. Because Nick Cannon couldn't teach him nan.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like we some comedians, you think they're gonna boo us?
We learned from the best, though. We learned from one of the best.
Period.
We learning from the best. So right. So we gonna be good understudies, right?
Okay.
Listen.
And not don't be acting like winos don't be booing our asses though.
They boo us every Tuesday and Thursday.
And we still show up.
Every Tuesday. Why are they
with my
here?
pen and my pad taking notes.
Where's Tasha? Where's
Tasha K? You know what? You're right. We get
who are these clowns?
Tasha K is on stage. Okay, on Pier. Book your tickets today. Okay.
Today.
Thank you.
But before we get into this new commercial, winos, I need y'all to drop those wine glasses because we have so much more coming up. We have from Shirley Strawberry. Y'all want to hear about that. She finally divorcing that man. It took all that. And then we got Fallon speaking on Porsha, Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield, Williams. All right. And then we have Jill Scott, Jilly from Philly being dragged. But before we get into those topics, before we get into it, winos, I need y'all to drop them wine glasses for these sponsors because y'all know we need the sponsors to pay the bills because Tasha K don't have it.
Special guest in a wine cellar, Liz Corkin. I'm a news personality,
right?
Comedian, all that stuff. But you are an actual journalist. You were the gossip column that people read every day.
Right. There was a story that a colleague that I have mutual friends with was covering. She had a source that claimed that he was, as a child, at a party with elites by Bill Clinton. She interviewed the victim. Next thing you know, she ends up.
Anything on Chloe's daddy?
We did do stories on that. Because there's lots of theories on who the dad is. There is one guy we believe to be her father.
I knew it.
So you know who I'm talking about?
I knew it. Yes, she looked just like his ass. You just caused a stir on the internet surrounding Jay-Z.
This is when I was at Star Magazine. My boss said, hey, I want to do this Jay-Z affair mistress story. He's allegedly having an affair with this woman named Kathy White. Can you find her? Can you get a hold of her? And I got a hold of her. She was like, okay, yeah, let me think about doing an interview with you. The next thing I know, she's dead. What do you mean she's dead? Like what happened?
Winos, if you enjoy shows like this and would like to see more with me on stage in your city, well, I'm coming. Tickets on sale right now. Link in the description box as well as the bio. Hurry up now while tickets last, okay?
Hello, winos. Listen. Y'all can get that exclusive interview at TashaKLive.com. I mean, who doesn't want to hear Liz Corkin talking about all those salacious stories that cannot be on YouTube? And Virginia Beach, guess what? TashaKOnStage.com. She will be there May 14th. Get your tickets. You do not want to miss out. We don't want to hear the shoulda, woulda, couldas. We don't want to hear the shoulda, woulda, couldas. We want to see you now. Okay, it's been packed. She just left California, booked and busy. But let's get into this Shirley Strawberry story. Lord, Shirley Strawberry has decided to file for divorce with after the child pedo allegations have came forth. The kids have testified. Nyla, you know a lot about this case. You have been covering it. What are your thoughts on this?
So I was elated when I saw that she actually filed. Okay, look, so she actually originally filed to get the process started way back in September. So this situation has just been all over the place. It's so crazy. You know, he's got all these charges with fraud and SA, the seed corn, and all of that stuff going on. And she was standing by him. She was praying for him. She was, she spent about $40,000 in attorney's fees. All the while, he was being directed by his mistress to not allow her to speak to his attorney and only use her for money. It's a whole mess because, we have the phone calls that come from the phone calls from Prison Channel where we're listening in on the conversations. And so we're watching this unfold, and it's the most horrific thing. Now, his seed corn charges got dismissed at first, but then they brought him back. And then his kids came and made statements about him. It's an entire mess. Miss Shirley Strawberry probably dodged a bullet because, in my opinion, since I've been following this, Ernesto Williams is dangerous. He's a sociopath. And I would not be surprised if he was going to set up something horrible for her, because as we listen to his jail calls and stuff like that, he's not, he didn't marry her for love. He married her for access. And that for me is scary because a lot of his crimes have him centered with access to different women and their money. I've interviewed a young lady who worked for this man, and she said that he made them take their clothes off in the interviews. There's another YouTuber who worked for him who said the same exact thing. It's a lot going on with Shirley Strawberry and her husband and his co-defendant, who they call the Queen of the South. This is some Atlanta mob style mess, and baby, it's on. Okay, it's on.
Ooh, the official campaign. What are your thoughts?
So you said that he was touching his kids?
That's what
it appears that's what there was some misconduct with his kids, allegedly, from the court records right now.
Well, I've been binge watching TashaKLive.com, and I was watching the interview she did last night with the mistress, and
baby,
according to Tasha K, they're not even married. So I don't know why Shirley is running down there to file for a divorce. What's that gonna do?
Well, according to, there's an attorney that's been following this case too. And the attorney says, Pam says that even if you are unlawfully married, like he may have not turned it in, that you still have to go through the divorce proceedings. So
that is crazy.
He still has to do the official stuff.
That is crazy. Listen, Shirley is a nice woman, Miss Strawberry. Beautiful woman. This is what happens when you just a fool. You know you in love. This man didn't have no resources. He didn't have no assets. He is the liability. She lost her home, her relationship with her children. From what I saw, he was allegedly touching on the grandchild, doing something strange. You got to hide your kids, hide your dogs, hide your grandchildren, because he's just so unstable and so nasty. Like, Shirley, what about this man made you want to give up everything you worked hard for? You're closer to Social Security than you are to rebuilding. So see what happens when you attach yourself with a dusty man. Because what about him said
What's
king? What
wrong?
about him said
Well,
provider? You've lost everything. You living with your boss. I heard the jailhouse calls while she up there talking ish about Marjorie and Steve. They allowed you to live there because you had nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. And then
well,
he was plotting
Well,
on you
I
with the
never heard that part. Wow.
well, Nesto said that he is innocent when anybody with eyes and ears can see that he's innocent. All you have to do is read the warrants. Now, Nyla, I know that you've been following this case closely. Um,
Mhm.
in your opinion, is Nesto innocent?
No, is if I could, based on what I've been doing, and I have been digging deep, he is guilty and guilty of more than just what we see. This man is diabolical. And again, everyone that has been a victim of his is not even on the paperwork or trying to pursue charges. So there are at least four other women outside of the women that we've talked to on social media that have worked for him that can say that he subjected them to strip searches, and just all kinds of, foolery. He even had a woman working for him in a Ghislaine Maxwell sort of capacity. So
Wow.
oh my
yeah.
goodness.
And there appears to be some witness tampering, like they're trying to intimidate. Hmm. Yeah, it's a
See,
Where's
mess,
this is
y'all.
the
It's really bad.
this is the thing though. When I really look at it, when I saw it when it first popped off, I said she should have left him alone because he had the mistress living across the street. Girl, he didn't even respect you enough to not even have her there. And the only reason this came out is because he wasn't paying the rent, which your money that you was sending. So, girl, he was
Never,
stacking the
never. There were times when he did not come home, because if you read his warrants and all of that kind of stuff, he spent nights with his mistresses, right? He went out of town with his mistresses. A lot of his mistresses are in the official warrants, right? Y'all, this is a made for Tubi movie all day. Okay.
lifetime.
Not to mention his affiliations with other celebrities where he was scamming them. Like it's a mess, honey. And
Yeah, you know,
he went to jail like 3 or 4 times while they were married. They got evicted like 7 or 8 times. It's a lot.
you know, Steve Harvey was supposed to lend him his home in Abu Dhabi so that he could evade the authorities. Did you know that?
That's
That
what I
was
thought.
not true.
Oh, that was not true. Do you know where the
No.
homosexual allegations came from?
The homos. Oh, well, okay. So here's the
Let,
thing.
let me let
He
me clear
did get
something up. Shirley did not live with Steve, but when it first popped off, she was staying at his guest house for a little bit to get on her feet because they evicted her out of her home. And I was like, it's just sad. It's sad. It's sad all the way together. And you guys, it's so many layers into this. It's so much going on with this. I want to pray for Miss Shirley Strawberry because at 70, you should be like sitting on the beaches of the world, kicking your feet up, doing light stuff. She got to rebuild her entire life because she lost homes. She lost money.
Mm-hmm.
They garnished everything. I can't imagine
And
losing everything
tons of
behind.
money.
What you said,
And she lost so much money, and it's so humiliating because, like, he literally, like I said, the mistress, the interview that you guys saw, that woman was directing everything for that man legally behind Shirley's back. She had set up a situation to where she's talking to Nesto's attorney and telling his attorney, "You are not to talk to Shirley Strawberry or tell her anything." Right. So there are instances where the mistress is talking bad about Shirley, her daughter, and all of the victims. She's trying to harass the victims. They're like stalking them. And it's just, y'all, it's a lot of stuff. Okay. It's a lot of stuff. Like, it really is a rabbit hole that you will get sucked into.
My.
That is so crazy. See, this is why I believe in background checks. I'm a firm believer. Sometimes you got to run a background check. You got to ask people. And baby, the red flags was red flagging, but she was enjoying the ride. I don't know what she saw in her next stove, but she was over there having a good time in the midst of being evicted, him going in and out of jail. Baby, talk about ride or die.
It must have been
Shirley
a
is
good ride.
okay.
He had a lot of mistresses. Okay,
But
they
no,
must
baby,
know
the ride wasn't good. Nope. Let me tell you about the ride. Okay, not
Ooh.
that I've been on it, but bruh, when he was arrested, what they found on his person was liquid Viagra and dildos. So, baby, the ride was artificial.
Oh my! Now he over there with the artificial.
Liquid
Over there on the
Viagra
plastic.
and dildos, honey.
My. He had a lot of women's. He had to make it go around and round and round. Okay, being around the world and yeah. Oh wow.
Oh, Shirley, girl, we're gonna pray for you. We're gonna go to the altar this weekend because you need it. But speaking of needing it, Fallon might need some prayer herself because Fallon has been saying she's been running from pillar to post, baby, to say Porsha been sleeping with Simon before Fallon split from her ex-husband, the alleged Nigerian scammer. This explains why Fallon said there won't be no talking if she catches Porsha outside. Do y'all believe that? Starting with you, the official campaign. Do you believe it?
Fallon is this big for one, and girl, move on already. I mean, the way we see it, the way the people see it, you dodged a bullet. You dodged the bullet. Yeah, I mean, actually, if you want them, you can have them because Porsha don't want her no more. You know, the Nigerian scammers getting ready to be deported. And Porscha says she's not going. So if you want your man back, I mean, you can meet him in Africa. Okay, because I hear he's gonna be a single man when he get there.
Nyla, what are your thoughts?
Listen, baby, look. Okay, so Fallon, she has every right to put hands and feet on her if she wants to, but there's some caveats we must discuss, okay? Because we do have to give grown woman vibes, right? So it's too late though. Okay. I don't believe in women fighting over men, but if you know that the woman played in your face, I think that you can put hands and feet on her if you want to, if you need to, because that's different. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing if it's some random person that don't know you, but if I know you, then I might want to go upside your head. But here's my thing. It's too late. And if she ain't Molly Wop Sam, why you want to Molly Wop Porsha? You know what I'm saying? And so I think that Fallon should just go somewhere and sit her little ass down and keep doing them $200 spots on them podcasts that she going to. Because of it's too, like, girl, your 15 minutes, you were supposed to make that noise and make that clear in the beginning. It's too late now. You ain't about to whoop nobody ass. You just finna go from Dusty Podcast to Dusty Podcast, collect your $200 and take your ass home. He's gone, baby.
Not collect $200 and don't go past go. The reason she could let him and foot is because she was pregnant by the pool boy. Listen, Fallon, when you got pregnant by the help, that canceled everything out. Okay, girl. Simon said, if you got somebody, I'm gonna get somebody too. And I'm gonna go over here with Porsha. And we've seen Porsha lay hand, foot, nails, feet. We've seen her chase down, run down Candy's new assistant. How you doing? Was out here with a black eye talking about Porsha beat me up. Fallon, I don't think you can handle Porsha. My grandfather was out here, no justice, no peace. Williams, I'm sorry. I am sorry. Look, if you want Simon, go to Africa, go to the consulate, like King Payne said, to go be with him. Girl, you went from Dusty to Dennis. We saw you all at Dennis, all at the hot dog man spot, all giddy and loose in the push. Just, it's giving, you don't know how to be a wife. See, when you was a wife, you hurried up to be a baby mama 4 times in. You are a repeat offender. Ooh. You have not learned. Where is your life lessons? You need to be laying hand and foot on you. Because I'm not understanding, I'm not buying, and I'm not subscribing. Fallon, you out there in Atlanta at the succubus of sin, girl, your baby daddy left you to go hang out with some better reality stars. So, I don't know.
Now, Porsha did play in her face. Now, I would be upset like, like you said with myself, Portia did play in her face. I went back and I watched the old clips and I was like, girl, but I couldn't imagine myself being that naive with my man. Like, to be completely
Right.
honest,
She didn't
Portia
know
and
science.
Fallon were never friends. It
Oh,
was all,
Never.
production for TV. Um, and now she, like, Nyla says she's going on press tour. I couldn't imagine doing that either. Talking about what are you
It's
talking
too
about? A failed
late.
relationship? That's the only thing that you have to talk about is your failed relationship with a Nigerian scammer.
She was supposed to bust Portia head a year ago, but
hello.
Sam's first. Because my thing is, if you ain't got with him, you can't get with her. You know what I'm saying. But I'm on GP. I get it. If the woman is playing in your face, I think like I said, she's deserving
You
of a
have
little.
every right, but she was already being pregnant
Right.
with that
So,
new man's baby. Girl, you need to be mad at yourself getting pregnant by that teeny bopper. He was barely doing anything with his life. I mean, she's desperate anyway. She was over there getting on bended knee talking about, will you marry me? So what did we expect? She failed at YouTube. She failed at the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now she's going on these failed pods, bringing up Porsche so that the producers can get Kenya to be messy to bring her on the show, and it's not going to work because we know Portia like to lay hand and foot. You might get beat up.
mhm,
That might get us to watch. That I don't know. It
right.
might get us to tune
It
in.
might it might bring me back.
But
My, my, my.
Fallon, girl. But speaking of girl, let's get into Jill Scott, Jilly from Philly. The
Oh
girls
God.
on social media was dragging our neo soul. I'm enlightened. Power to the people, sister, all up and through the internet streets for saying Chris Brown is talented. Did she lie? Starting with you, Nyla, because you're a grown woman. Jill Scott's a grown woman.
So, okay. Did she lie about his talent? No. She didn't lie about his talent. However, here's my problem. Jill is a mammy.
Ooh,
Okay. Um, Black women are hardwired and trained by the community to internalize degenerate Black males and even intellectualize it, right? We taught that their trauma and what they do to women is a response to their own trauma. She was talking about how he's traumatized, and um it's a response to the environment and all that kind of stuff. Jill is just doing too much because she's not identifying with victims enough. It's really tone deaf. It's a mess. It's a mess. So I think
My. Ooh,
what are your thoughts, King Payne, though?
my. Um, Honestly, I think it's just bad timing. Chris Brown and Quavo are beefing right now, and I feel like there's a lot of people just up in arms amid the beef. But where is the lie? Chris Brown is talented, and he beat Rihanna. So I mean, where is the lie? Where is the lie? He is talented.
You
This
know
is
what?
this is one of those instances where two things can be true at the same time. Yes, Chris Brown is very, very talented, and yes, he beats woman
Ooh.
down. Did you see the pictures of Rihanna?
I did see the pictures. Listen, friend, listen. I don't feel like Jill Scott was mammying for Chris Brown. Chris Brown is who he is. How can we be more upset with the situation than the women who ran back not only to sleep with him, be with him, collaborate with him, do songs with him, spend his money, go to his parties? I'm not about to be more upset than the actual victims, right? And I don't feel like Jill Scott was mocking DB. Y'all was just praising Chris Brown for dragging Quavo to the pits of hell, but y'all want to take out all that frustration out on Jill Scott because she said he's talented. I agree with some of the things she was saying. Just because someone did something bad, do we keep reiterating they did something bad when the people who are involved in the bad are out there dip it low, pick it up slow, over there posted up talking about don't mess with my man, having triangulations and all types of stuff. I just feel like we're not privy to what goes on behind the scenes. Do I agree with him knocking the women between the washer and dryer? Absolutely not. You ain't got to lay hand and foot on these women. But also, I don't agree with the girls keep running back, talk about they in love. I mean, he hopped on the track and was like, he'll eat it up like a rice cake, throwing shade at who he throwing shade at now? Karuchi. So it's just weird to me. Y'all know Jilly, like, she's from the East Coast. They like hip hop. They're about the hip hop. When the boys was fighting, when they was rapping, she was like, hip hop is back, because Kendrick Lamar dropped his diss track. And then we see the singing dude, the dancing singing man, pretty much ether Quavo. And I'm like, this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. But Nyla, what are your thoughts about that overall?
So overall, it goes back to, I think, the stuff that's going on in the community with that type of behavior. Nobody calls it out. Everybody, basically coddles them and makes it seem like they've got some sort of issue that they can't help. And so their degeneracy is coddled and made excuses for. And then the women or the people that they hurt, you just left in the wind to just like, it's just like whatever. And to me, with Jill saying what she said, it's no different. You got Tyler Perry saying you got to accept a man that can only pay the light bill, right? Then you got people like Jill who are saying, oh, we're supposed to empathize with these people who are doing these horrible things. It's just a bad look. She climbing Mammy Mountain, and she need to stop doing this. She need to stop doing this for these grown ass men, including her stepdaddy. It's ridiculous. Why is she doing it? Like, I think that this is very embarrassing. Did she learn something from that movie? Wasn't she in a movie with a Dusty Negro? I'm just saying. Do better, Jill.
Why did I get married? Isn't that it?
Why did I get married? The Tyler Perry production.
My.
I'm just saying.
I'm just
saying, like,
people need to leave Jill Scott alone. Okay, the same people messing with Jill Scott right now are the same people that thinking that Quavo won the beef between him and Chris Brown. Okay, on here, Chris Brown ate him up. Chris Brown ate him up. Okay, on period. So, I think that, again, it's just bad timing. People are looking for something to talk about. And yeah, she just kind of got swallowed up. Mm-hmm.
Do you think that, because honestly, it's all this outrage for Chris Brown, how come they weren't mad when they saw Nicki working with Chris Brown? She just did a remix. He went from the remix.
Nicki has a bigger cult. She got a bigger cult. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you've quote unquote arrived and you have a cult, you don't owe nobody no explanation. That's because that's how the people got it set up. She has a bigger cult. So yeah.
Jill Scott, girl, I'm praying for you. I'm gonna stick beside you. But before we get in this break,
boots off.
Oh,
do better.
That was Nyla. I don't think you'll made me, Jill. I don't think you'll made me, Jill.
But I love Jill. I love her talent because see, I can compartmentalize, right? I love Jill Scott. You know what I'm saying?
But that was for real. She out there on Mammy Mountain.
Baby, she on Mammy Mountain at the top with the flag. Okay? She need to come on off that mountain.
Just like Chris, two things can be true at the same time. Okay.
Exactly.
Jill Scott is talented and Jill Scott is a mammy. Yes, it is. But y'all still need to leave her alone. Okay, because she's been in her peace. She's been at peace. Okay, on period.
Well, I know y'all are going to love this next topic. We are going to be talking about the Quavo and Chris Brown beef. We're going to be breaking it down. But first, we need y'all to drop those wine glasses because we got to pay the bills. We got to get into these sponsors, honey. Show Tasha K y'all really support. Let's go.
Special guest in a wine cellar, Liz Corkin. I'm a news personality, right? Comedian, all that stuff. But you are an actual journalist. You were the gossip column that people read every day.
Right. There was a story that a colleague that I have mutual friends with was covering. She had a source that claimed that he was raped as a child at a party with elites by Bill Clinton. She interviewed the victim. Next thing you know, she ends up.
Anything on Chloe's daddy?
We did do stories on that. Because there's lots of theories on who the dad is. There is one guy we believe to be her father.
I knew it.
So you know who I'm talking about?
I fucking knew it. Yes, she looked just like his ass. You just caused a stir on the internet surrounding Jay-Z.
This is when I was at Star Magazine. My boss said, hey, I want to do this Jay-Z affair mystery story. He's allegedly having an affair with this woman named Kathy White. Can you find her? Can you get a hold of her? And I got a hold of her. She was like, okay, yeah, let me think about doing an interview with you. The next thing I know, she's dead. What do you mean she's dead? You know, like what happened?
Winos, if you enjoy shows like this and would like to see more with me on stage in your city, well, I'm coming. Tickets on sale right now. Link in the description box as well as the bio. Hurry up now while tickets last, okay?
Yes, Winos, tickets on sale. Virginia Beach, are y'all ready? You know, the Funny Bone Comedy Club. Oh, I'm gonna see if I can get out there. May 12th. Winos, May 12th at the Funny Bone Comedy Club. I can't wait to see Tasha K and that exclusive interview with Liz Crokin, where she did Shirley Strawberry husband Ernesto's mistress. That was a good one, baby. It's all on TashaKLive.com. Get your tickets at TashaKOnStage.com. Liddy in the city, but let's get into Chris Brown versus Quavo. Baby, they have been at each other's necks since the BET Awards when they were supposed to fight. You remember that, Kid? Right? Do you feel like they are taking it too far? Do you feel like someone should step in and say, hey, brothers, relax? What are your thoughts, the official campaign?
My. Oh, who you want to step in? Louis Farrakhan win. Somebody said that both of these men need to sit down with Louis Farrakhan win and have a conversation because things between the two are starting to get ugly and people feel like it's going to take a different route. It's going to go from rap beef to street beef and somebody is going to really get hurt. And all of this is over woman.
Oh.
Yeah. Quavo was messing with Chris X and Chris returned the favor by sleeping with Sweetie. You know, Chris Brown is the reason that Sweetie and Quavo split. The part of the reason for the whole elevator incident. That's why Quavo took that car back. He took his car and all his money back. He said, "Oh, you was over there with Chris. You was over there with Chris. Weird, you know." Sweetie was not trying to let go of that briefcase with. She was fighting him over that briefcase. Okay, we know that was her life savings in that briefcase with. Okay, Quavo gave her that briefcase and he wanted it back. Okay, up here in the car. After finding out she was with Chris.
What are your thoughts, Nyla?
Yo. But that's why the beef got reignited.
Listen, here's my thing. I am here for a good sparring. I'm tired of seeing the girls go back and forth. Let's see what the boys do and how they do it. And as y'all can see, the boys be having Twitter fingers. They out here telling all the business. What Drake say? Ninjas talk more than bees these days. Like, we should not know that Chris Brown messed with not only Sweetie, but the new one too. He said, while you thinking you over there thinking you got something sweet with Karuchi, how about this? I'll up you one. I mess with your new girl, okay? Who's wearing the pearls and Van Cleef. And I'm like, Quavo can't catch a break. He said, he even took it as far as to say, and that's why we wish it was you instead of Takeoff. I said, my Lord, my chest. He said, Takeoff right better than you. He said, you can't sing better than me. You can't dance better than me. You can't rap better than me. And that's your career field. And I said, wait a minute, Chris. They not ready, Chris. It's so violent. It's like, bah, 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 bah. So do I feel like somebody needs to step in? Yeah, because they saying each other, they said we can run the fade. I don't know if I want to see them fighting because I don't know. That might get a little
They talk about more than fighting. They talk about bringing great bodily harm to one another, unaliving one another. It's getting out of hand. You know, all of this beef started. It was reignited with Quavo and his diss track Tinder, where pretty much he is making reference to Chris Brown's single, These Hoes Ain't Loyal, saying that, you know, this brother thinking that these hoes is loyal, but they ain't. And this, you know, triggered Chris Brown. And, you know, Quavo was, you know, I think he was trying to send like a warning shot, but Chris Brown brought out the full artillery on him because Chris Brown was not playing at all with his diss track. What is his diss track called? I forget.
Weakest Link, but Nyla,
Weakest Link, just did.
So, isn't it true that they've both been in situations of DV with women?
Yes.
Okay, so let's see if they fight men. I don't care if they fight. I don't care if they fight. Okay, I don't believe it. I don't believe they gonna fight. I've never heard about them putting hands and feet on men. So if they fight, they fight. I don't care.
Well, you know, they talking about shooting and all this stuff, and you know, I don't think that they're gonna fight. It's
they ain't
gonna
gonna do nothing.
They're gonna have they bodyguards do all the work, and you know, that's what it's gonna be. They can talk about it online. That's it. They're not gonna fight. But I think the punchlines are what is catching everyone's attention and thinking that the beef is going to go to the streets. You know, Quavo made reference to Chris Brown's auntie being tied up for ransom.
Yes, yes, he did. In his newest one,
well,
where he put on it. Go ahead, Nyla. I'm sorry.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I ain't gonna play.
No,
about my
I'm
auntie.
just saying that's like that's crossing lines.
Mm-hmm.
That's crossing lines. Nothing that you know. So no. I mean, let's just see how it works out. But like whatever.
Let's set up a celebrity Let's set up a celebrity boxing match when they can do it on TashaKLive.com. Like, let's go.
On TashaKLive.com. I'll watch it. But listen, y'all do know the old school R&B boys used to always fight. So Chris Brown got that in him. Like when we think about the greats who used to fool la la and lovey-dovey-dovey and whatnot, from the Temptations down to the Smokies, all the way up, they used to knock dudes between the washer and dryer. They was always laying hand and foot. So is it something about if you can sing and dance real well, you gotta fight? Like, are they fighting to prove they love? Are they fighting to show that they're hardcore too? Because Chris Brown been wanting to run the fade since the BET event. Remember when he found out, because Quavo and Chris Brown were actually friends. They were actually cool. And then here comes Quavo. Papa got caught by TMZ. See, TMZ is messy. With Carucci in the car, and Chris Brown was like, "You supposed to be my dude. You messing with my ex." He said, "Don't worry, revenge is sweet." That's why, you know, Sweetie was like, while he out here talking about models, he begging in my DMs, and she showed it. And I said, "Oh, it's getting nasty. It's getting nasty." I was here for it. Because sometimes you got to let the boys know who to play with. You know, while you was trying to snatch me up in the elevator, you was a tender too. Okay? Because it's not like we didn't see him throw her in the elevator when she was running. She was running for her life. And he threw her up in there. And I said, "Oh my God. Oh my goodness." And you know what? Two violent men fighting each other. I want to see it. Make sure whoever's out there, we want the video quality to be a 4K. We don't need the Nokias out. We don't need distorted film. We need to see him get beat up out his shoes and socks like Offset was when Little Baby laid hand and foot, that y'all won't let us see that video footage for. But I know the people didn't lie about that one. We heard it. We heard you yelling for help, Offset. So I want to see Chris and Quavo go at it. Let it just be running the fade. Put the pow-pows down. Okay? We want y'all to live to see another day. And put it in the
Let them fight.
Let them fight. Let them fight. Let them fight.
So again, this is all about women.
Not gonna fight,
this is all about women, about Carucci, about what's the other girl? Saweetie. Yeah, it's about women. Quavo stated that all of the women that Chris Brown has had or been with have nasty things to say about him, and he calls Chris Brown's leftovers whenever he needs some pussy.
Oh my.
That's what he said.
That's what he said.
As a woman, I would go help Chris Brown fight Quavo. I would. Because if you tell me when you in need, that's when you hit me up, because you know I'm Chris Brown's ex. Baby, let me go lace up my sneaks and put on my sweats real quick. I'll help you, Chris. Don't worry.
No, ma'am.
Let's get in the field. We're going to run the fade because what? Nyla, as a grown woman, how do you feel about that?
I mean, like let them do it. Let them have it. I don't think they want to fight. Really, I think both of them are kind of weak. I think they little, seriously, they don't want to fight. Like they just want to be seen talking shit. And that's what they're doing. It's all good and fun. I don't believe that they have it in them. It could be a marketing ploy. Okay. It could be any of those things. Like I don't see any of these men on either one of them. They're not going to do it. There's too much at risk.
Quavo said he don't mind fighting. He said he don't mind fighting, win, but he's talking
Quavo better bulk up first.
He said they could fight and fight. A little fade is nothing. But he was also talking about shooting and stuff. Ain't nobody trying to get shot after they beat you up. Like I feel like Quavo know he's gonna lose.
He too little. He too little. That's why he wanted to
get his weight up.
Maybe he should. You know what I'm saying? He needs some pinto beans and some rice and some neck bones and stuff for about a year, and get in the gym, and then maybe he could fight then.
He's not as hard as he was when the Migos was together, because they had ran into Chris Brown in the garage and they tried.
But they didn't want to fight. But you know what? Quavo did call him a crackhead Michael Jackson. Are they not fighting words?
But when he seen him at a fashion week, he didn't want no smoke.
That's my thing. I could never be a celebrity because if you talk, like, I could never be around, like, you know how like people be talking shit on it. Like, I will knock you you gonna talk about my mom and you gonna do those, like, you gonna have to do it when we see each other. That's why I don't feel like they really want to fight, because they end up in the same places and nothing happens. You know what I'm saying? They ain't about that life. And I'm not saying that they should be, but they just talking.
It makes me wonder, because Vince Staples said it. I think he was on a podcast where he said, when all these beefs goes down, yes, the artists get in the booth. They do what they're supposed to do, right? But guess who gets paid at the end? It's the elites. It's these old white men getting paid. So I'm like, child, is this to help, somebody get out of debt real quick, pay off the stock? Because it came out of nowhere. That's how it feels to me. It just came out of nowhere. It's like the solar eclipse happened and then everybody started fighting. Chris Brown versus Quavo. We know Chris Brown and Quavo don't get along. They've been fighting. I've seen the videos where Chris Brown has called him out to play basketball. How do you play basketball with somebody you don't like? That's some man stuff to me.
Oh, that's called so that's slang for a shootout. He's inviting him to a shootout with guns. That's not playing basketball and hooping. That's slang for let's go. Bring your guns, bring your people, let's meet at a park and shoot it out. Yes, that means let's shoot it out with guns and pistols and bullets. They ain't talking about no basketball.
That's why I'm like,
they talk about no darn basketball. They talk about let's meet up at a park and let's shoot it out.
See, maybe we need to go to Farrakhan up in here. We need to go already. No wonder they asking for ceasefire. All the time, I thought they were talking about basketball.
No, what they gonna play basketball for, friend?
No, they need to get Umar. They need to get Umar Johnson up there. Now look, brothers.
They need him. They need Louis Farrakhan. Who else they need?
Steve Harvey.
Yes, it is.
Wait, Steve Harvey just gonna make sure they have a suit on while they fighting. That's all he gonna do. He ain't gonna stop the fight. He just gonna make sure you have.
They was talking about the cats. So the boys is talking about the rest of all this time. We're thinking, a friendly game of basketball. Look at me. And they're talking about the rat-a-tat cats.
But who y'all think gonna win? Who y'all think gonna win for real? Who gonna win
in the basketball game?
No, not in the basketball game. In a real life fisticuff, who's gonna win?
Chris Brown.
Chris Brown.
Chris go beat the.
I think that Chris Brown has some bottled up frustration. Yes, some built up aggression.
He got crackhead stamina.
But Quavo is upset about the loss of Takeoff. Rest in peace, Takeoff. He is upset about that, so he could take that on Chris Brown. So you never really know. They both mad. They both beat women. They both got bottled
Maybe
up
they got sexual
aggressions.
And
Ooh.
y'all, I'm telling you, he got
You know,
that
Chris
clucker
Brown
issue.
said that Saweetie told him that Quavo is likes men.
I can see it.
Ooh.
I can see it.
That's what he said. He said she gave me the T on you. And the fact that he used T let me know that he was talking about the LGBT community.
Ooh.
Yes, it is. That's all.
So
He
you
gave
see,
you
you
the
You so
gave
T.
Quavo.
smart.
So Quavo, he probably finds him attractive. Chris Brown attractive. You know, the boys in the community love them a light-skinned, tall, dancing Negro who can sing a little bit
They love them a yellow Negro. Mm-hmm.
with some tattoos. He want to be down.
He want Breezy to come over there and be his Breezy.
Ooh.
Ooh.
He want to be on this Breezy team. I can see it.
You want
He
him
want to wear the
call him
black
C
pyramid.
Bussy. He wants some C Bussy. Mm-hmm.
I want to see that Bussy. My. Oh, Chris don't want to. He don't want to speak on that though. Chris don't want to speak on that. Chris, you know what I'm saying? What I heard, Chris Brown, you know, he go that way too. That's what I heard. But you know, you ain't heard that. You heard that from me. You ain't heard that from me. I know people that know people that been with him. Okay, well, I know people that allegedly been with him, but I ain't gonna say no names.
Ooh, so secret lovers, secret lovers.
Y'all know I'm over here in Hollywood.
God.
Okay, on period. I be hearing all kind of stuff. I be like, girl, let's do an interview.
Listen, I do feel like this. Who do you think should be the best mediator, starting with you, Nyla, to sit these two grown men down?
Judge Mathis.
Ooh.
Judge Mathis.
Judge Mathis.
Because you know, Judge Mathis know how to talk. He the crackhead whisperer.
Ooh.
You know that, don't you? He is the crackhead whisperer. You ain't never watched his show. He'd be like, "You a crackhead, ain't you?"
That's a good one.
Judge Mathis.
Campaign. Who do you think should sit down with the grown men?
Period. I think Natalie Nunn. Yes, it is time for these girls to stand on business. Yes, it is. Even if you was Natalie Nunn, you still couldn't chin check me. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. I want Natalie Nunn to put them both together, okay, in a room, maybe Zeus Network conversation style, and tell them the girls to stand on business. It's time for y'all to stand on business. Okay, no guns, no bodyguards, no friends, no family, just Chris and Quavo and Natalie. Okay, on period. Yes, it did.
And her chin.
And her chin.
Quavo, the chin, and Natalie.
Yes, Natalie Nunn.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? When I really think about it, I think it would be entertaining if Dr. Umar got up in there and sat them down. That would break the internet because, you know, Dr. Umar is going to talk to both of them about not having Black women on their arm, going to talk to Chris Brown about not having full Black children. He is going to get to the root of it. And then he's going to talk about that systematic oppression where he's going to get them caught up in tongue-tied like he did Nick Cannon. I think that's funny. I think that would be good. You know, it should be Judge Mathis, Dr. Umar, and Natalie Nunn. And they should do it for 3 days. A 3-day straight event on getting
Well, it would have to be if Umar do it. It would have to be because, you know, he got to repeat everything. See, you brothers. You know, he got to keep on going on. This is what the white man, this is what the white man wants you to do. I said, this is what the white man wants you to do. You know what I mean? Like,
the white girls are saying Iyanla Vanzant. Y'all think Iyanla gonna have them talking?
Don't get me started. No, I don't want to talk about. I'm a Auntie Iyanla need to go sit down somewhere.
Even though she's trying to hold peace. Well, which diss track did you think was better, Chris Brown or Quavo's?
Chris Brown's. Yeah.
Y'all both said Chris Brown?
It's better than both of Quavo's diss track. Both of them combined, sped up 2 times. Okay, on period. Chris Brown ate them up. There's nothing left. Okay, Quavo got to put out about 3 more diss tracks to catch up.
Ooh, Listen, I feel like this. I heard what Quavo had to say, but it does not top that weakest link. When I heard the weakest link, I said, oh, he was channeling the spirits of Ice Cube with no Vaseline, Tupac, and Hit Him Up. Like, baby, he was ready. What's his name out there? The Game in when he said G, you not. Like, he was channeling all the villains when he got in the booth and said, oh, this is going to do it for him. Broke the internet. I just, Quavo, you're a rapper. You should have ate him alive. You should have just and spit him out. How you let the singing dancing dude come through and demolish you like that?
I think Quavo playing right now because he hasn't switched his
singing
flow.
yellow boy. A singing yellow boy at that.
He got that same Migos flow. He not really, he's not really in it right now. I think he was testing the waters and realized that he had messed up because Chris Brown is really about that life. That's what I think.
That's the problem. You got to study your opponent. And look at the picture, y'all. Look at the picture, Winos. Look at the.
Man.
Oh my God. What? Now
that is so bad.
Out like
so bad.
I think it's gonna be the opposite way when they link up. It's gonna be Chris Brown, Quavo like this. That's what it's gonna be. Watch, there's gonna be a picture that surfaced on the internet. It's gonna be Chris Brown, Quavo like. Yeah, it ain't gonna be that way. I don't think so. Mm-hmm.
Baby, listen, the R&B gods is probably championing Chris Brown right now. They're like, yes, the Bobby Browns of the world. Every time somebody with the name Brown, they just always unhinged. Have you noticed? Bobby Brown unhinged.
Man,
Joe Brown.
Is that name predisposition for DV? That name Brown is predisposition for DV.
Is it?
Chris Brown's like a pseudo ninja.
So.
Chris Brown's like a pseudo ninja.
He is.
Haven't y'all seen him do them backflips and stuff? Quavo better stop playing. Chris Brown gonna go and girl, Quavo ain't gonna know what to do. Okay, have y'all seen Chris Brown flipping across the stage? Girl, Quavo ain't gonna know what to do. He's gonna have to shoot Chris Brown. He gonna have to shoot him. What?
He be doing his Bruce Leroy stuff. He be on his Bruce Leroy. Chris Brown gonna go.
Okay, and it's gonna be over.
That is gonna be over, but Winos, listen, who do you think will win? Who is winning so far in this diss race? We gotta wrap it up, but before we wrap it up, I want to start with the official campaign. Let everybody know where they can find you, love.
Okay, on period. You guys all can find me right here on YouTube at the official King Payne. Subscribe. Today is always lit in the home of the lituation. It's up and it's stuck. Let's go.
Yes, it's up and it's stuck. And Nyla, tell the Winos where they can find you at, love.
Absolutely. You can find me on my channel, Grown Woman Vibes, where we have a good old time, baby. I got the most lit chat on YouTube. We use these situations with these dumbass celebrities as teaching tools. Come and get you some on Grown Woman Vibes channel.
Yes, I'm loving it. Them dumbass celebrities, hell yeah. And listen, Winos, y'all can find me at Couture Bag on YouTube. This weekend, we got the meet and greet for the Bay Squad and the producers. I can't wait to see y'all in Vegas. Ow! But y'all, Winos, every Tuesday and Thursday, Eastern Standard Time. Wine is the new tea. Hashtag wine is the new tea. Show that support for Tasha K. Winos, raise those glasses. Drop them in the chat. Let us know. And we're out. Bye.